The following program contains coarse language and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
And now it's time for the Sports Brawl. Without any further ado, here are your hosts, Cece and Keith.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Sports Bras, the number one sports podcast in Rendon, number two in Louisville, but always number one in your hearts. I am, of course, the official mayor of Rendon, CC, alongside with my buddy Aaron. And Aaron, too sweet. Mavs, man, what it do?
Man, 2 on the road is crazy. 2 on the road is crazy, man. But game 3 couldn't get any bigger than this.
Oh man, we'll get into that. Mavs Stars won last night. Chip Thunderstorm on a storm chase last night that didn't, of course, end well. We'll get to that, and we'll talk to Chip.
Right.
We'll talk to Chip live. We also have the one and only Kid Rock on the show later on today to explain his actions of what happened during his Rolling Stone interview that got him in a couple of trouble, or a little bit of a trouble there. But yeah, we'll get to that. So much to get to, man. But you know, it is Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day out there, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying that extra day off. And I feel like, you know, CPW Stories was big last week. I enjoyed talking to them, talking about them. And we're going to do another installment of CPW Stories today. And in honor of Memorial Day, we are going to honor the great Jim Flaherty, who worked with us, who was a Vietnam vet. So we're going to tell good stories about him on the CPW Stories. But first, let's get into it, shall we? Here we go, my friend, as the Dallas Mavericks took 2 games in Minnesota. Man, it's ridiculous. I really thought in this series, if they can get 1 in Minnesota, we'll be fine. Not only did they take the first game, but the second game was even better. And now they got game 3 tonight here at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves, up 2-0. Before we get to that, man, I wanna play the I wanna play the Luka shot real quick. And oh man, this was greatness. Let's play it real quick.
I watched it about
has the
30
ball,
times.
down by 2. There's the switch. Gobert's out there. Doncic maneuvers for the lead. Got it!
There it is.
Shot!
Luka, man.
Dallas is taking
Luka.
the
Can't get
lead.
enough of it.
You can't. He made Rudy Gobert look like he was at a Selena concert, bitty bitty bum bum, on skates as well, man. But you knew, like the announcers talked about it before during the timeout. If the Timberwolves switched and they have Gobert on Luka, it's over. And Luka even talked about it after the game. You know, he may be NBA All Defensive Player, but not in his book. What did you think?
Yeah, I think that was all part of the plan, man, getting that switch. And I don't know if you've seen it, they've also broke it down on McDaniels. As soon as he made that switch, you can see his face.
Oh, he knew.
He made the mistake of making that switch. I mean, you got to do, they made the switch and cost them dearly.
Well, it's not only did it cost them dearly, but it wasn't just that shot. I mean, the fact that the Mavs were down 18 going into the third, was it halftime? They were down 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then for them to come back and win that game in that fashion, I hate to say, I don't want to say it because I don't want to curse anything, but man, after that game, how can you come back from that if you're the Timberwolves?
Yeah. Not only that, I mean, even for the Mavs, just being down 18, you start to accept that. I mean, this is over. But as the Mavs showed and as Boston showed, both of them down 18,
Yeah,
able to come back and win it
yeah.
on the road. So no lead is safe.
No lead is safe, especially in the NBA.
No predictions on tonight, man. Just hopefully for a Mavs win. But even if Mavs go up 20, it's not over until it's over.
Exactly. And I want to play this funny video here. It's wrestling related, but it has a Mavs tie into it as the Timberwolves thought they were on top of the world until the Mavs showed up. Here we go.
Before, John wouldn't know nothing about no getting jiggy. Man, we got jiggy all the time.
Oh, wait, who's this?
What?
Oh, no!
Oh, my God!
The Dusty Boy?
No! You gotta be kidding me! It can't
The Luka
be!
Boy.
We got a little bit more competition. We got some more people to beat. And this time, team defense. Woo! Bubba Ray Dudley!
Coming to take out the Timberwolves.
This is why I like to call Fresh Meat.
What does Ant say? Bring your ass.
Bring your ass, yeah. Ant is he's worn out. Let's be honest. He is gassed out. And it's, this being his first time he's been this far in a season, I don't think he was really prepared of what is about to happen, and he didn't really get himself ready for the playoffs. And it's like I said, I talked to Keith a little bit yesterday on the phone. It's like I said, I feel like Jason Kidd needs to get some credit because about a month or two ago, people were questioning his coaching. And it all makes sense now because you're seeing it unfold on the TV. Is he was getting them ready for the playoffs. You could tell like he's putting the right pieces in and they're not tired. Unlike the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are gassed, dude.
Yeah, they're gassed, and and you can see even after game one, Ant was pretty tired guarding Kyrie. I know they're already joking that he wanted to guard him and everything, but no, it's a lot tougher when you get to that point. I mean, it's nonstop basketball from beginning to end with Kyrie, and he showed it game one and game two.
So it should be interesting tonight, game 3, in Dallas, and it would be nice to go up 3-0, but you never know. It's the NBA playoffs. And like you said, on the other end, on the Eastern Conference, Boston comes back against Indiana to take that series 3-0. And nobody has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the Eastern Conference Finals. That is a 0-174 record. So probably can pencil in Boston in the finals.
Yeah, and also just with their star Tyrese Halliburton out, I mean, it sucks. But go ahead and put a stamp on Indiana tomorrow night, and we'll see about tonight. Hopefully, I mean, what are the chances 2 sweeps in the conference finals? I mean, come on.
Oof, that would be something. That would definitely be something. But
I mean, that sets the tone. Yeah. That sets the tone for the finals. But yeah, game 3, I know everyone always says this game is important. This one, I mean, tonight couldn't be more important. And of course, which is a 3-0 or a 2-1.
Yeah, and if you're Jason Kidd, you tell your team, don't let up. Just because you think they're gas, don't let up. Because they like you saw in game 1 and game 2, they can get a big lead. The problem is, they can't hold it, but you never know. You never know.
Yep. Look at it's so easy for them to get those leads, and hey, who's to say they won't give it back tonight? So.
Yeah, exactly. So, moving on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. As the Dallas Stars take game 2 last night, winning 3-1. That, you talk about must win. That was a must win for the Mavs. They did have an 0-2 deficit in the first round against the Vegas Golden Knights, but you could not do this against the Edmonton Oilers, who are way better, in my opinion, than the Vegas Golden Knights. So for the Stars to get this win last night, 3-1, heading into Edmonton now for Game 3 tomorrow, I'm a little bit more relieved than I was after Game 1.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it just goes to show you just being at home, I mean, almost doesn't mean anything.
Right.
You know, you got to go out there and you got to play. And, yes, it feels a whole lot better going on the road now with the win under our belt.
Yeah. Yeah, being the series tied 1-1 on that one. They play Edmonton tomorrow night in Edmonton. So let's go Stars on that one. Man.
Hey, let's get to it, man.
I'm telling you, man. Sad news in the world of PGA as golfer Grayson Murray dies at the age of 30. Now, he withdrew in the second round at the Colonial in Fort Worth on Friday, and then was found dead Saturday morning. Now, it has been confirmed by his parents that he did, in fact, take his own life. So such a sad situation there. And he spoke about mental awareness not too long ago after an interview. Listen to this.
Hell and back basically for the last 6 years with me, fighting some mental stuff, and it's not easy on me and the people around me that love me. They don't like to see me down, and they've been my number one supporters, and everyone has their battles, and sometimes people are able to hide them and function, and sometimes you're not. And I think our society now is getting better about accepting that it's okay to not be okay type deal, and I've embraced that type mentality, and not ashamed that I go through depression, anxiety, and I know I've helped people out in the past just through my social media DMs, people messaging me, and and that's, I think, part of I can use my platform to continue to help.
Well, there it is, and a statement from his parents said, "We would like to thank the PGA Tour and the entire world of golf for the outpour and support. Life wasn't always easy for Grayson, and although he took his own life, we know he rests peacefully now." So there you go. Rest in peace to Grayson. That's a sad. Only 30 years old, bro.
Yeah, 30 years old, man. And sometimes you don't understand. Obviously, you don't understand people's stories, and you don't understand the weight on the people's shoulders. You always, they're always ask how they're doing. Always check on them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, last night we had some devastating storms come through late last night, especially up in Sanger and Valley View area up north in North Texas, and our very own Chip Thunderstorm. We're going to get to him live here in a second, but Chip obviously was on the road because, that's what he loves to do. So without further ado, I'm going to play the clip of Chip on the road from last night, and then we'll go to Chip live here in a second. But without further ado, here we go. The one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hang on. Where's his video? Where is it? God dang it. Chip. Where's Chip?
Where you at, Chip? Where you at, Chip?
No, he's here, but I just got to find his, God. See, we're live, folks. This is what happens. That's what happens when you're live. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here is Chip. Jesus. Chip Thunderstorm, folks.
And now, from the freaking Sweet Weather Center, here is your chief meteorologist, Chip Thunderstorm.
This is Chip Thunderstorm reporting on I-35. Trying to chase down this tornado that's about to hit Sanger. It's so freaking dark I can't see. Move it, people! Come on, people, move it! Damn it. I can't see. Judging by my radar, it looks like it's a little bit east of me. So it may have already passed. Oh, crap, the wind is really picking up here. Oh, crap! Ah! I'm in the tornado! I'm in the tornado! Freaking fly!
Jesus. Ridiculous. There he goes. Chip Thunderstorm.
Hope he's all right.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, joining us live now in Sanger is our very own Chip Thunderstorm. Chip, are you there? I am here, guys. What's going on? Hey, Keith looks a lot different now.
Hey.
That's not Keith, Chip. That's Aaron. He is filling in for Keith as he is, going. He had a there you go. He had a baby, and so Keith is taking some time off. What? What the hell's wrong with him? He had a baby?
Selfish.
Yeah, I know. He had a baby. But anyways, Chip, what is it like up there in Sanger today? We just heard your video. First off, are you okay? My T-Bird is not so okay, but I am, of course, because I am a chief meteorologist, and I know how to escape these routes. And but yeah, a little bit of car damage, but I'll get the T-Bird 1000 back up and running soon enough. All right. What's it like up there in Sanger right now? It's not looking pretty good. It's destruction everywhere. The gas station over here is completely wiped out. And so we're just up here trying to figure out what we need to do to move on. All right. Well, Chip, I'm glad that you're okay. Stay safe. And for God's sakes, get better info on these tornadoes, would you please? Because it seems like every time you go tornado chasing, that's where you end up inside the tornado. And I don't know what you're talking about. You never stop chasing. This is Chip Thunderstorm. Back to you. Jesus, so aggressive. There he goes. Chip Thunderstorm. But in all seriousness, I hope everybody up there who's been affected by the storms are safe and okay and can move on. I mean, it's a scary situation, especially at night, dude.
Oh yeah, we've been having quite the storms, man, from here to Oklahoma, man. And yeah, it just needs to come to an end, hopefully.
Yeah, well, this heat ain't helping.
Jeez.
I don't know if you saw the story. But Kid Rock is in a bit of trouble. And the reason I say that is because he was a little intoxicated during a Rolling Stone interview. And the reporter, you don't say. And the reporter said that he was so intoxicated that he was showing his gun off, waving it around, saying he can do whatever he wants with this. Nobody's going to stop him. And decided to, and say a little bit of the N-word as well. So, I have invited Mr. Kid Rock to our podcast here to see if he would like to formally apologize for his actions. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Sports Bras podcast, Mr. Kid Rock. Hello, Kid. Are you there?
Mm.
Okay, there he is. Now, Kid, I want to ask you, a lot of this story that's coming out, have you had time to sit down and think about what happened, and what are your thoughts moving forward? I've been sitting here trying to find myself. I get behind myself. I need to rewind myself. The hell? That sounded familiar. Okay, well, I guess that's an answer. Now, have you had a chance to go back and see what exactly went down during this interview and what happened? Looking for the payback, listen for the playback. They say that every man bleeds just like me. Why does this sound familiar? Sound familiar. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Well, a lot of people are this reporter is claiming that you were very intoxicated. Any truth to that statement? I take too many pills. It helps to ease the pain. I made a $2 bill and still I feel the same. I'm starting to catch on to this. Watch this. So what is your last statement on this deal, Mr. Rock? Everybody knows my name, the same way out loud. A lot of folks fuck with me, and it's hard to hang out in the crowd. Let me guess. I guess that's the price you pay to be some big shot like I am.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, man. Of course. All right. Well, Kid, listen. Thank you for coming on to the show. I want to thank you for coming on and appreciate it. And good luck to you, Mr. Rock. There he goes. That was weird. Sounded like he was playing Only God Knows Why the whole time. I don't know.
You should have asked him if he heard that church song we were playing last week.
Yeah,
he likes that one.
I bet he does. I don't know, man. I have no idea.
He might have his own version of that. By the way,
Jesus Christ is my. Well, now it is time for the CPW stories. It is the Jim Flaherty edition. Last week we spent a bit of time on Super Aggressive Boss. This week we're going to focus on the one and only Mr. Jim Flaherty. And I want to say first off, Jim was a hell of a character. I even used him a couple of times on my way back in the day when I used to record a lot, funny skits and stuff. I used to do, his voice, and, he was always a character. But what are your first memories of, Jim?
First memories, I couldn't even, man. He just popped into my life, man. And it was just a roller coaster. I was actually talking about him this week. Talking about how he would like to just, go on vacation and say, I'm leaving this place.
Yeah.
And then he show up every day to get coffee, and
the best ones were, he was always low on rent, but then we catch him at the Valero getting a $25 scratch off. Hey man, I'm trying to get my rent up, man. What are you doing paying $25 on a scratch off? I don't understand. You over there
Jim
saying,
Bolton.
man, I don't know if I'm going to make it, man. I don't know. Man, my bills are, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay them all. I think I'm going to go to Valero.
Yeah.
And then
That'd be bad.
the funny part was he would hit on those scratch offs, right? Like I think one time he came in and me and Mike were there and he goes, "Ah, man, look at this." And he won like $500, right? And so the first thing he said, he goes, "Hey man, golf on me this weekend." And then Mike was like, "Bro, like, don't you have to pay your truck?" "Ah, no, man, I'm covered." But he would, he would struggle, and then when he hit, instead of paying his bills, he would, "Hey, golf on me
Yeah.
this weekend."
Yeah, he definitely lived life on the edge right there for sure.
Jim was
Yeah, man.
he was a good guy, man. He really is a good guy, and he always wanted to hang out with us, even though like he was like double our age. He still wanted to hang out with us. He showed up
Oh,
to all
yeah.
the softball games when we played. He even played a little bit with us, if you remember that. Remember that?
Oh yeah, he had a couple good hits on him. Believe it or not, he had a couple good hits on him.
You want to tell the third base coach story?
No, Please. Go ahead,
So
man. Go ahead.
Jim had he's an older gentleman, so he had some dentures, so to speak. And nothing wrong with that. The older you get, you teeth start, messing with you. The best way to do is get some dentures. I understand that. But I'll never forget we were playing softball, and he was third base coach because like I said, he was a good guy. He just wanted to be a part of what we were doing, no matter what he was doing. He just wanted to be a part of it. So I made him third base coach. Say, go out there, be third base coach. Wave the guys around, tell them to stop, whatever. One of the guys hit a base hit, and the guy was rounding second. He was going towards third at Jim, and Jim was, Jim's got that big burly voice, "Stop!" Like that. And, he did that, but when he did that, he's like, "Stop!" and his denture popped out, and and went in the dirt, and he didn't really wipe him off that much, but he stuck him back in his mouth. But
Just trying to make sure no one's seen it.
But Jim was a great guy, and he had some of the funniest moments when we worked at CPW. The one I can remember is when we caught him sleeping on the forklift.
Yeah, that was coming up.
We got him sleeping on the forklift. Another one was he pierced. We used to have pallets of oil on the very top rack. And, so if anybody needed a pallet of oil to be brought down, usually it was me or Mike called on or whoever can ride the forklift to get it down. Well, I don't know. I guess Jim thought it was going to be a great idea. He'd do it himself. Well, to be honest, Jim didn't have the very best sight, so to speak. So his sight was not the very best, but he put the forks all the way up there, and he pierced the bottom box of oil, and oil just started gushing all the way down on the floor. And that was greatness. Absolute greatness. You got any favorite Jim stories?
Oh man, yeah, but it's a little embarrassing on me and Keith's end, man.
Do what you
if
gotta
Keith
do.
if Keith is listening, man, he's gonna be quite embarrassed himself. But it was a good old solutions, man. Good old solution story.
Oh God.
I mean, if you knew Jim, man, he drooled a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
I do. Okay, I remember the story you're talking about. Yeah.
He could just open his mouth.
Well,
and
it's because he had, and it goes back to his dentures,
Yeah. And so, anyways, we Jim thought it was funny to like act like he would spit in the pitcher of beer, and so he did it. It was funny, haha. And then he tried to do it again. And I kid you not, the biggest drool went into the beer. and he swore up and down. He didn't do it, but me and Keith saw it. And me and Keith drank the beer, but me and Keith drank the beer.
Oh,
beer was hard to come by, so we finished the beer, and it's great. It was great.
Yeah. Last I heard about Jim was he actually finally left that place, and he's back home in Connecticut. I need to reach out to him and see what the hell he's been up to. But he was he came from Connecticut. That's where he came from. He was a Vietnam veteran. And what got him fired, because he was one of the guys that got transferred over to XL. So he worked over in Dallas. Jim could sometimes say stuff. And, you know, back in the CPW days, we would laugh it off and just say, good God, man. You know, shit like that. But in the XL world, it's a little bit different, and you can't say shit like that. One of the things that got him canned is what he said is, what was the phrase? What was it? Was it something he had a gun and he knew how to use it or something like that, like joking around or whatever. But they took that shit serious and they laid him off. Boy, he was fucking pissed. I wasn't really gonna do that, man. They need to learn how to take a joke.
That was Cecil, man.
Yeah,
that wasn't even me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him playing the blame game on somebody else when it was totally his fault. Oh, that
every
was
time, man.
Every time. Nah, man, that wasn't me.
It was fucking Mike.
Yeah. Oh man, him and Mike would do that shit on purpose just to rile Jim up. Because I know Mike. If I had Mike on this show, I know Mike would fucking say, yeah, I did that shit on purpose, because Jim would fucking text him. Mike would fucking ignore him. Jim would then text me, hey man, have you talked to Mike? Yeah, actually, I just talked to him like 5 minutes. That motherfucker won't answer my call. And then he goes, what time's the game? Because that's what he always texted about. What time's the game? And so I tell him, and he shows up and he goes, Mike, your phone doesn't work or what? Mike's always like, nope.
Mike will be there on his phone on Facebook. Be like, no.
Nope. Mike would do that shit on purpose, man, just to rile him up. Yeah, man, me and Mike aren't friends. Yeah, but the best ones, he was a scratch off king. And, you know, I've always said here on the show to Keith, like he had a bit of a scratch off issue as well, but it wasn't nearly as bad as fucking Jim's.
I don't know.
Yeah, Keith had it up there for a little bit, but he maintained it. But yeah, he wasn't as bad as Jim. You know, Keith could pay his bills and not be worried about it. Jim would have to try to go get a scratch off to see if he could pay his bills. And then when he wins, he wants to go play golf instead of paying his bills. I don't. But yeah, Jim was a great man, and you know, it was always a riot around, you know, us. You know, like I said, he was a little bit, he was older than us, but you know, he still was like one of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I was just gonna say that. I think we're all in a sense different, a little bit different on age, man, but we're all part of we're all the boys, and Jim was definitely one of the boys for sure.
Absolutely. So here's to Jim Flaherty, wherever you are. We miss you, buddy, and hope everything's doing good for you, man.
Don't drill in my drink.
Yeah, don't drill in my drink, man. Yeah, so there you go. There's the CPW stories, the Jim Flaherty edition, and like I said, I hope he is doing okay. Now it's time for the videos, and speaking of CPW days, I always felt like this was me, you, and Keith when we walked in to the Christmas parties in San Angelo.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, new morality is simply immorality condoned, and I give you the new world order. Hold on a
seconds.
Hey,
Ray,
yo.
I know you want to take a right turn here or a left turn, but I'm not so sure what they're
I mean,
going
it was free.
to do. If they're going to go to the ring. Or,
it was free.
I know if they come here, I'm going to be right behind you.
And don't say get going because you'll be talking to yourself.
Yeah, that
Well,
was the
only thing I can
free
say, I don't know where they're
Rolling
going to
in
go,
the
but maybe they're going to answer the
Christmas
call, the challenge by Flair.
Everybody looking at us. We had fun at that Christmas party. Remember when all three of us went up there and what would we do? Oh, the Backstreet Boys, that karaoke
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
believe
that
it,
was fun.
we actually had a crowd cheering for us, man. I don't think anybody was expecting that.
I think we had some
really,
old granny panties thrown at us too.
Oh my God.
Wheel of Fortune this week. It's getting crazy, man. Case in point, this video right here.
Tavares, right in the butt.
What?
No. Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it.
Right in the butt. How does he even spell that? Jesus, man. I'm telling you what. I tell you what. I checked in on my son today on Memorial Day, see what he's up to, and this is the video I got.
He's probably having a good time.
Oh. Well. I'm glad he's having fun. There's little CC there. This is always a classic. This is an old news video. This is a lady and the host. They're squashing grapes to make wine, and all hell broke loose. Here we go.
It's a lot of fun, a whole day. Stop.
Oh, Jesus. I don't think she's okay. I don't think she is okay. Here's our lovely President of the United States addressing, I don't know.
I signed the PAC Act into law. I handed the pen that I signed it with as a tradition of the most responsible for the legislation.
Say what?
Well, one of those quotes you can always get behind, you know.
Yeah. Say what?
I got to the Senate 180 years ago.
What?
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Prescription jugs.
Yeah, there you go. That's our president, man. That is our president. Well, I guess that's all I got. Let me see. Do I got everything else? Team friendship. Yeah. Oh, I've been hitting the gym here recently. Well, the Total Gym, that's actually right over there. And after I get done with that, I go to the bathroom and I cut a Hulk Hogan promo on just like this.
And I just got ready to start hanging and banging. And when I started to squeeze the bar, brother, when I started to pump the 24-inch pythons, man, yes, I did feel the pain, you know. Yes, I did feel the separation in the lower ribs, the small muscles of the lower back, you know. And when I felt that pain, man, all it did was drive me on, made me train harder. And I live this thing every day, man. Yes, I live with the pain, man. I can handle it, though, you know.
That's how you do it, man. You gotta go Hogan mode. This we got two more and then we'll head out. So this one here is just a funny ass video. This poor guy, you know, hey, big women need loving too, okay? But just be careful when you go on some slingshot ride here, okay? He gone.
Long gone.
And finally, this couple has been, they're doing the sex challenge for 30 days straight, having sex. And watch the guy in the background as it looks like he is completely empty. Here we go.
25 of our 30-day intimacy challenge, and we wanted to do a little check-in. Personally, it helped me pursue Daniel more. I just think that becoming a mom, it can be all-encompassing, and it really helped me put my relationship with Daniel back.
On low
We're on
battery
day 25 of our 30-day intimacy challenge, and we wanted to do a little check-in. Personally, it helped me pursue Daniel more. I just think that becoming a mom, it can be all-encompassing, and it really helped me put my relationship with Daniel back.
Yeah, he looked like he was definitely on E. Definitely on E.
That's
any last thoughts before we head out for the day, Aaron? Oh, damn it. Why didn't you remind me? I forgot. We got to do some wrestling talk real quick, because the King and Queen of the Ring happened in Saudi Arabia on Saturday. For all you wrestling fans out there, the one or two that watch this, I don't. Gunther is the King of the Ring, and Nia Jax is the Queen of the Ring. They now move on to SummerSlam, where they will both have a championship match at SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes defeats Logan Paul to retain the undisputed WWE Championship, and a bit of a shocker, Liv Morgan defeats Becky Lynch to become the Women's World Champion. All in all, what'd you think of the show?
Oh man, those Jeddah, Saudi Arabia shows tend to be a little long, or during the day.
All that oil money.
All that oil money, man, and no, I think it was good. I think it's getting better, and Logan Paul was not going to be Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
I think everything else mattered. I mean, could Gunther and possibly Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam? I mean, wow.
No, I think it's actually going to be Damian Priest, World Heavyweight Championship. Now, let me throw this scenario at you, because I may think that this may happen. Okay, so it's already announced that Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre are going to fight at Clash at the Castle, which is coming up in 2-3 weeks, I believe. So my scenario is this. Punk costs McIntyre the championship match, because, they got to be set up for SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
So what does that leave with the World Heavyweight title? Well, here we go. Money in the Bank is the next one after Clash at the Castle. Okay. Now, Money in the Bank is in Quebec, Canada. And that is the home of who? One Sami Zayn. Now, paint this scenario. What if Sami Zayn somehow between now and Money in the Bank loses the Intercontinental title? Okay. Possibly to Chad Gable, maybe. But then he's entered into the Money in the Bank ladder match, ends up winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. Could he cash in on Damian Priest that night and become World Heavyweight Champion? And then it'll be Gunther versus Sami Zayn, the WrestleMania rematch at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight title. Book it.
Book it. No. Yeah, that's definitely one way to go for sure. But I mean, you think it is going to all circle around the Clash of the Castle, with Priest and McIntyre, man, and I mean he got screwed at home once. I mean, does it happen again?
I know. That's I don't know, man. I don't know. Or maybe, well, Gunther's already got the title shot, so you can't put Punk in there. Because it's going to be McIntyre and Punk at SummerSlam. You gotta book that one. That's a that's a no-brainer. So you gotta somehow, I guess you have to screw McIntyre out of the title again in his hometown. In order for it to work.
There goes the show. But how do you? If that's what do you feel about Priest and Gunther? I mean, is that even?
That's why I say, like, I would rather see Priest and Balor, because it looks like there's tension in the Judgment Day. So maybe you do that, and then, like I said, you go back to that Sami Zayn, Money in the Bank cash in, you know? Maybe he wins that world title at Money in the Bank in his hometown of Quebec.
Yeah, I think something's got to play, because if it is going to be Priest and Gunther, I mean, there's got to be a lot of things that fall into place with that one.
Right. Speaking of place, the QR codes for the Uncle Howdy stuff is just getting more and more intense, and I think we actually have a date of when we may see Uncle Howdy in the Wyatt Six. If you are following on Twitch or TikTok, there's clues that, you know, they're doing these videos as vignettes and stuff like that. They're laying clues out every video. Well, one guy, and I can't think of his name right now, but he deciphered the code, and it says in one of the codes the date of June 17th, 2024, which happens to be on a Monday. So could we see Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six debut on Monday Night Raw, June 17th, 2024?
I mean, yeah. I mean, even just now what you were saying, I mean, in Clash of the Castle in a couple of weeks, I mean, I think that all lines up that weekend, or maybe that following Monday. I mean, they're coming. They're on their way. And but in what way and what impact are they going to have?
Right. Yeah. So it should be interesting, man, for sure. Well, that's going to do the show today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Do you have any last thoughts before we head out, Aaron?
Man, just happy Memorial Day. Hope y'all enjoy, everybody.
Yep.
Everybody well deserved who served and did their time.
Yep.
Also, big game tonight, man.
Big
Serious
game tonight, for sure. For sure.
It's all fun until the game starts.
That's right. As Ice Cube is signaling us out. Want to thank everybody for tuning into the show. Check out the social medias down there below at the Sports Bras podcast. If you want to get your F-bombs down, go to MrFbombs.com, where he can make you a middle finger duck. And there you go right there. If you like to donate to the show, we got a little Cash app or QR code right there. It's C-Note 2482. If you guys would like to donate to the show, that'd be much appreciated. Besides that, that's all I got, Aaron. Thank you once again for coming on, talking a little sports, goofing off a little bit, going down memory lane of some CPW stories. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Well, next week, I mean, where are we going to be next week? Are we going to be in the finals, or where are we going to be?
We'll both be in the finals by next week. You know, Stars, Mavs, who knows? Be interesting for sure. We'll find out next week, but make sure you guys tune in next week. So for Aaron, I am, of course, CC, and never, ever forget, guys, you can't run, but you can't hide unless you're Chip Thunderstorm chasing a damn tornado in the dark. Yep. That's it. See you guys next week. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Peace.